Welcome back to Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be doing a prediction. In this case, we're going to be doing it between the current governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, versus the current vice president, J.D. Vance. Let me get all of the swing states into battleground. We'll be going through each of these. Alrighty, so Andy Beshear, current governor of Kentucky, he is definitely more moderate of a Democrat. You kind of have to be if you're ever going to win a statewide level race in Kentucky. It is very impressive that he was able to do that. And he's been floated. He's not generally in the top 2 or 3, but he's been floated as a potential candidate for the Democrats in 2028 to run against the Republican nominee in 2028, which most likely, unless something crazy happens or unexpected, will most likely be J.D. Vance, which is the current prediction. So with that in mind, I do think that there's going to be slightly different odds here. I think I don't think that Beshear will stand a chance on winning Kentucky in the presidential level. That is still, I might be willing to, it would be safe in the best case scenario likely, but I'm going to go with safe just because it's Kentucky, and there have been states in the past, it's becoming less so now, but that are able to vote for a governor of one party while voting for the president of another party. For example, in Montana, that has happened somewhat recently. They've had with Governor Bullock, and they also had, he recently lost his election, but John Tester, the Democrat on the Senate level. So it does happen. There's a bunch of other states where that's the case. Not as many now. There have been fewer and fewer, just as more states get more partisan. And so we're going to be going first up. I will characterize the state of Nevada. I do think that Beshear, because he's more of a moderate, he would do quite well. I think he would do much better than Harris in the potential election here. And then in the state of Arizona, well, actually, we'll come back to Arizona. I do think that Beshear would be able to do pretty well in the Rust Belt. I think he'd be able to, I think it'll still be close just because they are swing states, but I do think that he would be able to win the main 3. And with that, right off the bat, that's maybe should have waited to do that, but that is 275 for Andy Beshear to 219 for J.D. Vance. I do think Vance is probably going to be able to win 2 more states. We're going to go with North Carolina and Arizona. Democrats have tried to win North Carolina. They haven't been able to do so since, if I remember correctly, 2008 when Obama was able to win it. And I do think that Beshear will be able to do slightly better and even win the state of Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see if, I think there's a legitimate possibility where Beshear is able to win these two, the other 2 swing states. The stock market has improved in general, so I do think things are looking better for the Republican chances than they were a little while ago. But in general, I do think if I were to call it today, that this would most likely be the electoral makeup of the 2028 presidential election. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Oh, wait, well, let's see here. I will also characterize, I think the district in Nebraska will do as lean Democrat. I forgot that one, sorry about that. So that's 292 for the Democrat, Andy Beshear, to 246 for the Republican, Vance. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.